Here to break it all down, what Congress could actually do here to fix this mess, Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt of the Senate Judiciary Committee and Kentucky Congressman James Comer, chair of the House Oversight Committee. Both of you, thank you very much for appearing together. I know you don't often do that, but I'll start with you, Senator. Could the Judiciary Committee take some control here, appoint a special master, do a real investigation of this California process under the Guarantee Clause?
Yeah, it's Congress's role. In fact, in the Borden case, the Supreme Court was very clear that Congress is the one to guarantee that you have that Republican form of government. And you look at what's happening in California, their election regime now is destroying trust in our election system. They can't ask for a photo ID. They have this mass mail-in balloting scheme. A dog named Maya actually voted a couple years ago, and the person finally turned themselves in on it, even though the state of California didn't do anything to catch it. And of course, the ballots are being counted days and weeks after the election. And Laura, I'll just make this point too. This didn't used to be a partisan issue. There was a bipartisan commission 20 years ago, the Carter-Baker Commission, that said, hey, here are the 10 things you can do to make sure our elections are secure. California is violating almost all of those now out of raw power play, and we should do something about it. It's certainly something I'm going to fight for. I chair the subcommittee on the Constitution in the Judiciary Committee, and we're going to look into this.
All right, Congressman Comer, whether it's the Oversight Committee or Judiciary over in the House, same type of analysis applies. The LA Times is reporting, by the way, that last month the Humboldt County Office of Elections discovered a stack of 596 sealed ballots from the most recent election left at the bottom of a locked voting drop box. The office discovered that the ballots were uncounted because of a staff error. When the workers checked the drop box, there was a miscommunication about whether it had been fully emptied. Yeah. I'd say you can't make it up, but this is California, Congressman. What can the House do here?
Well, we've already had hearings in the Oversight Committee pertaining to mail-in ballots. We had them last year. We had the Postmaster General. We asked him, how long should it take for a ballot? How long should a voter assume it's going to take for the post office to deliver that ballot? And he said at least 7 days. So most states say you have to have the ballots in, obviously, by Election Day, but they encourage you to mail them no later than 7 days out. And with the drop boxes, I've always said the drop boxes should be eliminated, because a lot of times in Kentucky, if someone is arrested and convicted for voter fraud, it always pertains to absentee ballots, and one of the charges they get on them is mail-in fraud. So if you just have drop boxes, you take out a tool in the toolbox to hold people accountable for cheating. These people in California know that. They know all the tricks of the trade, just like what we're seeing with these fraudsters in the welfare fraud in all these blue states, and it's despicable, and I hope that Congress can do something about it.
Yeah, well, as I was saying, a hearing on mail-in ballots, as a general matter, that's one thing. But I'm talking about this process in California, Senator, which is perverse. The fact that we don't know there are tranches of votes arriving tomorrow, we're told. Like, we don't know, I guess, what Orange County's current ballot count is right now. Wouldn't anybody like to know that? I would like to know that. We're seeing the registrar, county clerk video now. But we don't know how many Republicans are there, how many observers are there. Should the Justice Department send observers? I don't know. I don't know how this can work, but something's got to change.
Well, I do think there needs to be an investigation. When you see these many irregularities, the broader context of it, Laura, is it destroys Americans' faith in our elections. In a republic, we rely on that people have to believe that their vote actually matters, that only people who are registered to vote, who can vote, are voting, and that those votes are being counted. And so what California is doing here, again, in this crazy Democrat scheme, to sort of rig the elections here, and I don't know what else you call it. I don't know what else you call it when you have a system where people can't rely on whether or not their vote's being counted or not. And so that's what's going on in California right now. And I'll also point out, you look at the Republicans, you got Steve Hilton and Spencer Pratt. What they're doing in that state has got to be unnerving to the Democrats, because they're talking about corruption and quality of life issues. Yeah. They don't want to hear it, and here we go again.
Congressman Comer, I don't know. Do either of you think that in the end, Spencer Pratt is going to remain on top and then top two? I have serious doubts about that. I would bet. You look at the betting markets, it's moving against Pratt now for a reason, I think, because we know how this always ends up.
It always ends that way. You know, it's, as you said in your monologue, you see, we watch the congressional races there, and the Republicans are ahead for about a week or 8 or 9 days, and then the Democrat miraculously passes them. So I, too, have a lack of confidence in California. California is the technology capital of the world, and it takes weeks to count ballots. We do it in Kentucky, where we don't even have internet access in half the state. We're finished in 2 hours. We had the 100% of the results in the state, in the U.S. Senate race in 2 hours in Kentucky, but California, where Silicon Valley is, it takes weeks. I mean, nobody believes that.
No, Senator, Congressman, I look forward to these hearings, investigation into California's voting scheme. Thank you.
It's 2 a.m. Yeah, I'm wide awake, scrolling through every move you make. You said I'm fine, yeah, classic you, but I know that line ain't ever true. Got your hoodie still in my room, smells like a cheap cologne perfume. Tryna act like I don't care, but your ghost is everywhere. You say we're good, but we're not the same. Now I'm dancing in the pouring rain. Thought we would forever, guess I was wrong. Now I'm just another sad love song. You left me on red, yeah, no reply. Got me overthinking every night. Was it real or just a vibe? Guess I'll never know this time. You said ride or die, and you dipped so fast. Now I'm stuck living in the past. Yeah, you played me like a game instead. Now I'm crying cause you left me on red. Cause you left me on red. Your playlist still got my name, but you don't feel the same. That's insane. Posting pics like you're okay, while I'm breaking every single day. You said no drama, no goodbyes, but you vanished like a lullaby. Now I'm staring at my screen like, what did you really mean? Every text I never sent, every word I still regret. You moved on like nothing's wrong, while I'm stuck inside this song. You left me on red, yeah, no reply. Got me overthinking every night. Was it real or just a vibe? Guess I'll never know this time. You said ride or die, then you dipped so fast. Now I'm stuck living in the past. Yeah, you played me like a game instead. Now I'm crying cause you left me on red. Maybe I was just a phase, just a spark that fades away. But you were my whole damn sky. Now I'm learning how to say goodbye. Yeah, I'm done with your mixed signals, your late night, I miss your riddles. You lost me, yeah, that's your loss. Now I'm stronger, I'm my own boss. You left me on red, but now I'm fine. Got my heart back, yeah, it's mine. Wasn't love just a disguise? Now I see through all your lies. You said ride or die, but I survived. Now I'm finally feeling alive.